Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Marley, and if you're new to my channel, I do movie and TV show reactions. So if you want to see more like this, then head over to my channel and you can find all of my other reactions over there. Today we're going to be watching episode 2 of Chernobyl, and the very first episode was just so unbelievable to me. I thought that it was just shocking, the behaviour of some of the people, like the higher up people, the guys in the suits. I understand from the comments that this was just how things were at that time in that area, that you didn't really question authority and you just did as you were told. However, when it comes to something like this, like a massive destruction, danger to life and all of these things, I just felt like it was outrageous that the people in charge were not more panicked about it, like even for their own lives and their own family lives, that they were just telling each other that it was fine, that it was fine. But someone in the comments did say to me, this is what it would be like, that even something this severe, they would have it in their heads that they would rather deal with that than have to tell people higher up than them that there was a problem. So I do understand that, but as somebody who hasn't lived through that and doesn't have that mindset, it just seems so shocking to me. The show itself was just filmed incredibly well, and the acting was just amazing, the writing was amazing, and I'm just really looking forward to jumping back into it now to see what happens next. I'm actually quite scared to see what has happened since then, because that first episode was just that one night and then the next morning. So let's just watch it.
По-русски рубаху рванув на груди.
7 hours.
За горькую землю, где я родился.
Spoiling in here. 8 milligram thing. A leak?
No, it would have gone off before. It's coming from outside.
Oh my god. So that was quite quick then.
Iodine 131. It's not military, it's uranium decay, U-235.
Reactor film.
Yes, this is Ulana Homilk with the Institute of Nuclear and looking for... All right, stay calm. They're at 4. It's not them. Who's the next closest?
It's Chernobyl, but that's not possible. They're 400 kilometers away.
Oh, that's too far for 8 milliroentgen. They'd have to be split open. Maybe they know something.
I've never seen this before.
Milk. It's milk. Much better than water.
No, stop, stop! These are radiation burns. The clothes are contaminated. Get it all off. We're taking it down to the basement.
Oh no. Just touching the clothes.
I'm pleased to report that the situation in Chernobyl is stable. Military and civilian patrols have secured the region. In terms of radiation, Plant Director Bricano reports no more than 3.6 Roentgen. I'm told it's the equivalent of a chest X-ray.
Seems like it's well in hand, so.
No. This is just unbelievable.
We can't adjourn. Page 3, the section on casualties. A fireman was severely burned on his hand by a chunk of smooth black mineral on the ground outside the reactor building. If there's graphite on the ground outside, it means it wasn't a control system tank that exploded. It was the reactor core. It's open.
See, he knows his stuff, doesn't he?
Bricano reports that the reactor core is intact And as for the radiation...
Yes, 3.6 Rontgen, which, by the way, is not the equivalent of one chest X-ray, but rather 400. That number's been bothering me for a different reason, though. It's also the maximum reading on low-limit dosimeters. They gave us the number they had. I think the true number is much, much higher. If I'm right, this fireman was holding the equivalent of 4 million chest X-rays in his hand.
All I hear is a man I don't know, engaging in conjecture. To what has been reported by party officials.
Oops.
I apologize.
He's got to tell them the truth, though. They need to know. They need to listen to him. They're just trying to brush it off, aren't they?
Reactor uses uranium-235 as fuel. Every atom of U-235 is like a bullet, traveling at nearly the speed of light, penetrating everything in its path. Every gram holds over 1 billion trillion of these bullets. That's in 1 gram. Chernobyl holds over 3 million grams, and right now it is on fire. That's 3 million, billion, trillion bullets in the air we breathe, the water we drink, the food we eat. Most of these bullets will not stop firing for 100 years. Some of them not for 50,000 years.
What?
This concern stems entirely from the description of a rock. Comrade Shabina, I want you to go to Chernobyl. You personally, and you report directly back. And take Professor Legasso with you.
He doesn't want to go, does he? I can't believe that this is the way that it's being discussed. He's telling them facts. He just said all of that and now he's going there. I wouldn't want to. No way. I don't think he has any choice though. So is it still in the air and everything then? In the Ukraine? Is it still...
How does a nuclear reactor work?
There's babies.
Take her away from him, Ted. Please.
Get away from them.
Oh my God.
You want to get sick?
Please, Ted. Please, Ted. Please. 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 What have they done?
That's graphite on the roof. The whole building's been blown open. The core's exposed. That's radiation ionizing the air.
Get us directly over the building!
Boris,
Don't use
we
my
fly
name!
directly over.
I never don't see your
We'll be
advice!
dead within a week. Dead!
Get us over that building!
Why can't he listen to him?
Fly directly over that core. I promise you by tomorrow morning you'll be begging for that bullet.
He's like, no, I'm going to do it anyway. This is so dangerous.
We regret the circumstances of your visit, but as you can see, we are making excellent progress in containing the damage. We have begun our own inquiry into the cause of the accident, and I have a list of individuals who we believe are accountable.
Right.
Why did I see graphite on the roof?
That's not possible. Perhaps you saw burnt concrete.
Because I may not know much about nuclear reactors. I know a lot about concrete.
Our high-range dosimeter just arrived.
That guy, at least he's like trying to see through all the bullshit.
He's back.
It's not 3 Rontgen. It's 15,000.
What does that number mean?
It means the core is open. It means the fire we're watching with our own eyes is giving off nearly twice the radiation released by the bomb in Hiroshima.
What? Oh my God.
20 hours since the explosion, so 40 bombs worth by now. 48 more tomorrow. It'll burn and spread its poison until the entire continent is dead.
Tell me how to put it out.
You are dealing with something that has never occurred on this planet before.
I feel like that guy wants to listen.
Boron and sand. That'll create problems of its own, but I don't see any other way.
How much sand and boron?
5,000 tons. Obviously, we're going to need to evacuate an enormous area.
Never mind that.
15,000. That is insane. Like, they were saying it was 3.
We'll go one by one in rotation.
Remind them about the perimeter. No, no, no. They're too close.
They are too close.
Copy. Lead 1, you are inside the perimeter.
What's happened to them?
Lead 1, do you copy? Lead 1.
How did that happen to the helicopter? That was scary.
Is there any other way, Legazo? Send the next one in.
I mean, at least they tried that idea. This is so scary.
A nuclear plant in Sweden has detected radiation and identified it as a byproduct of our fuel. The Americans took satellite photos. The reactor building, the smoke, the fire. The whole world knows. The wind has been blowing toward Germany, not letting children play outside.
Germany. I had no idea that it travelled that far. At least they are evacuating, but I think it's a bit late now. So everyone just has to go, even if they are like hospitalized and disabled. That must have been really hard to get all those people out. That was the guy, wasn't it, who said that nobody should leave? He just got on the bus. He's out of there then. Oh, somebody's pet. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Did they all have to leave all their pets behind?
Smothering the core will put the fire out, but the temperature will eventually increase. It will melt
I'm
down.
perfectly aware. But I estimate at least a month before it melts through the lower concrete pad, which gives us time.
No, you don't have a month. You have approximately 2 days.
Tanks are full.
It's going to melt through.
When the lava enters these tanks, it will instantly superheat and vaporize approximately 7,000 cubic meters of water, causing a significant thermal explosion.
How significant?
Everything within a 30-kilometer radius will be completely destroyed, including the 3 remaining reactors at Chernobyl. The entirety of the radioactive material in all of the cores will be ejected at force and dispersed by a massive shockwave, which will extend 200 kilometers and likely be fatal to the entire population of Kiev.
What?
The release of radiation will be severe.
For much of the area, a nearly permanent disruption of the food and water supply. Steep increase in the rates of cancer and birth defects. I don't know how many deaths there will be, but many. For Belarusia and the Ukraine, impact means completely uninhabitable for a minimum of 100 years.
This is crazy.
There are more than 50 million people living in Belarusia and Ukraine.
60, yes.
we may have a solution. We can pump the water from the tanks. So we need to find 3 plant workers who know the facility well enough to enter the basement here, find their way through all these ductways, get to the sluice gate valve here, and give us the access we need to pump out the tanks. Of course, we will need your permission.
My permission for what?
The water in these ducts.
To get people
We're
to do
asking
it.
for your permission to kill 3 men.
Comrade Legasso, all victories inevitably come at a cost.
So kill 3 people to save 60 million. 56 hours. 56 hours and they're all gone.
The valve will be difficult to operate, so we'll need 3 men.
My friend was a security guard that night, and she's now dying. And we've all heard about the fireman, and now you want us to swim underneath a burning reactor. You even know how contaminated it is.
I don't have an exact number.
You don't need an exact number to know if it will kill us.
Yeah, exactly. What good is
If you
the
don't,
promotion?
millions will die. If you tell me that's not enough, I won't believe you. Go into that water, as it must be done.
Somebody's got to do it, haven't they? But still.
On an ankle.
Where's Paolo? Oranov.
It's sad, but would you do that to save your family, your neighbours, and 60 million people? So, is it seeping into the suits? That sound is so scary. The meter sound. That is absolutely terrifying. So they're just in the dark. The ending of that was just, it gave me goosebumps. That's terrifying. First of all, these are not experienced men. It's not like they've done this before or anything. Nobody had. But they're already going to be terrified and they're going into the unknown, and then they're in complete darkness, wading through radiation with that terrifying sound going. I mean, I'm assuming that they managed to do something to prevent that explosion that they were just talking about, because, well, the world that we live in now, as I understand it, that explosion never happened, I think. I'm pretty sure it didn't, because we would know about it. So I don't know if that's because of what they did, that they sacrificed, those 3 men sacrificed themselves and prevented the loss of life of over 60 million people. But just the filmmaking aspect of it, for them to leave the ending on that, was just terrifying and brilliant at the same time. So yeah, they managed to evacuate just everybody under 60 hours after the explosion first happened. That's crazy. And I suppose that is due to the societal culture that they had, where you just listen to the people above you. So in that respect, that actually worked for them, because everyone just listened and everyone just made their way out, and they all got on the buses and they all just left their pets, and they managed to get everyone evacuated really quickly. So that was pretty incredible that they did that. But I suppose it might have been too late for most of them because they were all outside watching the explosion, and a lot of them were probably related to the people who worked there and the firemen and everything. So I'm not... Does radiation transfer in that way? Like, does anybody know if somebody went there and then they came home and got into bed with their wife, would they then transfer radiation to their wife from it being on their skin? Like, even if they like had a shower and stuff, would it still be on them? Because they showed the nurses at the beginning throwing away all the clothes and everything, so they were touching it, they were touching their clothes, and they were getting radiation on their hands, and so I'm just thinking, was everyone pretty much have been infected by it? That was so stressful. This series is amazing. There's quite a few famous actors that I spotted. I'm not sure exactly where I've seen them all from, but I did recognise some of the faces. The writing is just so well done because the pacing of it is just like boom, 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 and the time just goes by really fast when you're watching it. So I'll be watching episode 3 very soon because I just need to know what happened next. I can't wait to see what happened to those 3 men. I'm assuming that they're not going to be okay because they already looked like their skin was kind of going a bit red even inside the suit. So I'm guessing in the next episode we're going to find out what happened to them. If you enjoyed watching this episode with me today, then please let me know in the comments and like this video. And if you're not already subscribed, then please consider subscribing, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.